In a world where silence often suffocates struggles, it's time to shatter the stigma surrounding mental health. Mental health is not just a personal battle, it is a collective journey. In today's interconnected world, our mental health is influenced by many factors, including societal attitudes and the pervasive presence of social media. While these elements can provide support and connection, they can also contribute to stress, anxiety, and a host of other mental health challenges. Social media has been seen to cause a lot of stigma and misconceptions on mental health.
It is called social media. Looking at social media and mental health, we are now into so much, these days when I have a daughter who is a student in this university. And what I see is these days when you wake up, you go to social media, you want to compare yourself with other people, what they are doing. And most of those things that are posted online, many of them are not true. So it puts a lot of unnecessary pressure on people because they want to be like so and so. You see, that affects them mentally. And that is a big problem. And because I want to compete and be like so and so, you see, it stresses me to some extent. And I might end up acting abnormally. So it affects my mental health.
Societal attitudes towards mental health vary across cultures and communities. In many places, mental health issues are surrounded by stigma and misconceptions, which can prevent individuals from seeking the help they need.
Mental health stigma, I understand it's different from mental health issue as a whole. So stigma is the process by which maybe someone is, for example, discriminated or stooped down because of the deficiencies that they do have. So mental health stigma is the process by which people are discriminated by the fact that they may be low in self-esteem or maybe low on mental health stability. Mental health stigma is the process by which people tend to look down upon the others who they feel are not hype, are not hip, or are not dope like they are.
Over time, we've seen shifts in how mental health is perceived. Awareness campaigns and education have made progress, but deeply ingrained stigmas still persist. These attitudes can lead to discrimination and exclusion, making it harder for individuals to seek help and support.
Yes, I've seen a lot of people, and just to give an example, last year, there's a friend of mine who nearly committed suicide, and instead of people coming through and helping him, they were kind of playing with his mind. Like they didn't understand that the person was suffering to such a level that he was going to commit suicide. And what they did, they because the issue was he had some issues with his girlfriend. So instead of people helping him, the friends, they were saying like, easy words, like you are a weak man, you are a simple whatever. So I've witnessed in that direction, but also in other fields that I may not be able to speak about now.
On one hand, social media can be a powerful tool for raising awareness and reducing stigma around mental health. Online communities and influencers who share their personal experiences can provide support and encourage others to seek help. However, social media can also be a breeding ground for cyberbullying and harassment. Negative interactions online can exacerbate feelings of anxiety, depression, and loneliness. The anonymity of the internet sometimes encourages harmful behavior that can deeply affect vulnerable individuals.
By creating barriers to these people, you find that previous people who have tried to find the help in mental health, they are kind of used to create clips or kind of. You may find a person, for example, they were seeking help or they were seeking advice from people, but then you find some people creating TikTok videos about this person. You find people have barriers, as in they don't even understand. So for example, I'm low on mental health stability, and then I seek help from you, then you create barriers like acting like I'm doing something wrong, committing a crime, or even living abnormally like I should. Stigma is where you don't allow people to freely express themselves by acting like maybe there are some problems that they have by being the persons they are or going through the things they are going through.
Increasing awareness and educating people on mental health issues can really go a long way in helping to combat the stigma.
Education, not just increased education, but education as a whole is important, and it is good for these people to be advised that not everything that you see online portrays the reality. When those of us who grew up in the 80s and 90s didn't have this kind of crazy stuff where I want to be like so and so and so on. We could go to school and really focus. We could go to school and read books. I'm told, somebody told me a joke, these days you people only read Facebook. That is the only book you read. So it is important that people are exposed, or they are given a chance to look at and understand different kinds of education and be able to pick what helps them to grow. And I believe that in itself will make them wiser, so that when they want to make a decision, they make it based on a point of understanding and not because of the trends they are looking at.
Education institutions can help fight the stigma surrounding mental health in so many ways.
First is being the champions themselves. They need to lead that. So that, for example, when a lecturer, and it should come from the administration, so that all the sessions they have in school, sessions, whether they are lectures, whether they are, for example, just events in school, they need to put mental health issues at the front, so that when a lecturer teaches in class, they should also ensure that they also continue encouraging the students to kind of boost up their mental health, giving them lessons. Another thing, they could do some notes. You get, these benches are not only for them to receive payments from brands like Sprite to write things such as that. They should actually do things about mental health, like advices, quotes. Nona, ukienda class hivi, you get maybe a small banner hivi imeandikwa, just something to encourage you. And from that, they can write it from the VC, so that when someone sees it, they can see that, oh, the VC cares about mental health. Why don't I care about my own mental health? They should also encourage clubs and actually give these clubs some kind of energy in terms of resources and also support, and also giving them platforms for these people to actually hide their views. They should support media people like you, so that you can also, they find a way to put your content out there, because they have also links to even radio stations or something, or even Spotify. They can make you support you to do podcasts, so that unaona.
Building a supportive community, both online and offline, is essential. By fostering open conversations about mental health and challenging stigmatizing attitudes, we can create a more compassionate society.